still don't know why we do this. Will someone just explain it?
Well, I was carrying on just to wind you up, Terry. Welcome, welcome everybody. Welcome to Audits. Why don't you? So we've got a new series of Audits. Do why don't you? Why don't you stop it? Can I remind everybody? It's be prepared for adult humour and certainly adult language because we never know what Ian's going to come out with.
Yeah, bastard.
But we're just going to go with it. We're going to go with the flow. We know the sort of things we're after. But if you guys do have questions, you guys that are here in the meeting, please write them down, put them in the chat box. You know how to do that. And we'll get round to them as soon as we can. And we'll carry on. We just got other people joining. So they'll find out how it's going shortly. If anyone else wants to join in, send an email to your mates. So, Terry.
Yeah, man.
I don't know what I was going to say. Audits, do why don't you stop it? Actually, just as a side note, I spent the first formative years of my life with people saying, Fiona, stop it. So, why don't you stop it?
Yeah.
Terry, what are your thoughts about where we're going? Anything as yet?
Thoughts? Jesus, it's Monday, woman. Any thoughts about where we're going? No, because we're stopping it.
We're stopping it. We're stopping it.
Very clever, very clever.
Tell you what, I'm overthinking. I think the stopping. I think where we're going is the stopping. I'm trying to choose my words carefully.
Yeah,
Could be used better.
Yeah. Well, let's start off just in case anyone's got any. Well, Ian, have you got any thoughts? Benefits of stopping as opposed to what we're trained initially?
Well, there's the main benefit of stopping is you can regroup.
Well,
you can line all your ducks up again.
Yeah. So why are people reluctant to do it?
Because if the wheels ain't turning, there ain't no learning.
You familiar with that, Terry? Did you coin the phrase, Terry? Because you've done this almost as long as Ian. Is it you doing it longer than Ian?
No, Ian's. Yeah, I'm longer than Ian, I think. Mrs.
We're not getting on about boats and oceans, mind.
No, I'm 26 years. How long are you, Ian?
1999. Space 1999 with the Eagle transporters.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I like that problem.
The wheels aren't moving and there ain't no learning. What is it again, Ian?
When the wheels ain't turning, there ain't no learning.
Yeah. I don't know who coined that, but then he's shooting.
Yeah.
Go on, Theo, go on, sorry.
Well, no, because I was told that as well.
Yeah, me too.
And I was even worried because we're only talking about it from our perspective and our trainer's perspective and that kind of thing. Has anyone ever asked their drivers if they mind stopping it? I have.
I haven't asked them.
Yeah.
One of my favourite tricks is to pull them in and say, well done, when they're new to me. And the look of shock and horror on their faces.
Yeah. 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 When I first started doing it a bit more often. What have I done now?
Well, that's the thing, and that's what I meant earlier about it's not used very well in our industry, and it's, I mean, we know, but just pulling someone over and saying that was really great, drive on. I mean, why is that not a thing?
Doesn't happen in the test.
Doesn't happen in the test, Ian. Absolutely right.
Well, there's also the thing. Could it be said that people assume that if you're giving someone positive feedback or saying that was really good, you could just do that on the move.
You could.
I know, but we see the benefit differently.
Hmm.
So why would it benefit someone to hear good news at the side of the road?
You want the obvious answer?
Want an answer? Because otherwise I stand here like
Well, you're striking a pose, aren't you?
I am.
Because, and we all know this, when the examiner pulls them over on test and all they've learnt is when I get pulled over, my instructor tells me all the stuff I've done wrong, and the examiner pulls them over. I can't say examiner anymore. It's like, oh no, what have I done wrong? It's pulling me over.
Oh yeah, that anchoring.
Yeah,
Anchoring, yeah.
Where if you're used to being pulled over and being told something's great, examiner pulls you over, you don't feel so bad.
Yeah. Absolutely. It's interesting, isn't it? Because Ian, you brought up the examiner. So either part 3 or on our own standards check, ADIs and PDIs seem to be reluctant to pull over. Yeah, we had a chat about it.
Yeah, I mean, it comes from the old COVID regs where the car had to be moving. But if there's a reason for it and you're being productive with the time that you're stationary, there can't be an issue. I mean, how often do the DVSA say do what you do on a lesson?
Yeah.
You know, so I can understand it if nothing's changing as a result of being stopped.
Yeah.
Like
Like
you sit there and chat about football.
Yeah. Or, you know, you agree to do something and then you don't do it and the same thing happens again. You know, if nothing's happening as a result of the stop, then there's no point in stopping. But if you need to stop. I can't see any issue with it.
I agree with you. I think it did come from the COVID thing, and it also came from the thing where people in the olden days would sit at the side of the road and explain to someone how to do a maneuver. Or
yeah, and briefings would be 22.5 minutes long.
Well, I could never be that accurate, but yeah.
Just when you're being lectured for that long, it kind of sticks in your mind.
Oh.
But also, I think, go on.
Well, I was going to say, and then you hear the magic words from the examiner. Okay, on to phase 2 now.
Yeah, good old days.
Yeah, you were going to say, Terry?
No, I mean, even in the years BC, you know, it's we didn't like to stop because our egos got hurt, and we were worried about what other people thought about us. You know, 2 things. Parents, what, you were sat at the side of the road for 15 minutes a day? I'm paying for you to drive for an hour. There's that one. Or that's the 3rd time that instructor's gone past us and we haven't moved. So I better move soon. I'll get a reputation. So I think those 2 also have a big impact on why people don't stop.
I think there's a 3rd one.
Go on.
What do we assume about the driver?
Oh, that's a clever one.
Explain yourself, young lady.
Why? Why is it clever?
You know, just I haven't spoken for a while. I was scared I was going deaf.
No, seriously, what do we assume about our drivers?
What, generally, or
No, about the stopping at the side of the road.
they've done something wrong?
Well, we assume that they're not going to be happy to stop. Well, I do. I used to get quite stressed about it, to the point where I'd ask the question, is it all right? Yeah, thank God. Whew. That was doing my head in, etc., etc. Or I'm going over that thing I did wrong back there. It's interesting because we expect people, drivers, to take in all that lovely info that we did and do on the move.
And be able to talk about it while the car's moving, and as well as keeping the car safe.
And learn and everything else. And every single ADI and PDI out there, what do we all do with the stereo or the audio book or whatever when we're driving along and we're looking for the new pupil's house, number 348? What do we all do with the stereo?
We turn it up so they know we're coming.
Oh, it's just me. But we all know it. We know that's why they've changed the driving using the hands-free mobile phone. We're still distracted. So, and yet we're expecting somebody who's new to the pedals, new to the steering, new to everything else, new to all of that stuff, to be able to concentrate and listen to us and do new things and think about something that happened. Oh, my eyes disappeared. Anyway, it happened back then, and they're trying to think about it now. So there's a lot going on. So are there benefits to keep moving, though?
Obviously.
I'll go on, mate.
No, you go on, mate.
No, I'll go on. Age before beauty.
What? All right, then I'll talk.
I'm going to work out that's in short.
You can give them the opportunity to do it again. See if they can fix it themselves.
Sorry, just got a message. And they're talking about you.
Me? I've got broad shoulders. I can take it.
Yeah, well, I'm the old one, so I should be able to take it. Terry, what were you going to say?
Can't remember what was the question.
How old are you? And who is the Prime Minister?
Hey? Macmillan. Macmillan. I know that one.
Darling? No, bit before your time.
Huh? What was the question?
Ian, what's the question?
Question, benefits to keeping the car moving.
Yeah, benefits to keeping the car moving.
Well, it depends on what they want, doesn't it, really? Because moving is where practice happens, so they get to practice a bit more.
Yeah. So there is value to if the wheels aren't turning, they're not being able to practice, but the learning doesn't take place with the driving bit. The learning takes place at the side of the road. I suppose that's what you two are saying in a roundabout way. I
think that's what we don't get still. I think we still think that learning happens on the move, and it don't. It's always on the side of the road learning happens. It's the practice that happens on the move. And we've got to get our head around that as an industry. Mm-hmm. Pulling over lads and then obviously the most important part is the reflection happens to the side of the road. The brain's allowed to take in the information and put it into an order and store it somewhere because the car stops and the reflection happens and learning happens that way. It doesn't happen on the move. The brain can't cope with everything that needs to be done on the move and store and reflect on the move.
Yeah. So isn't it?
We have to do it, and we have to take our egos out of it a little bit. And it doesn't matter that Jeff's School of Motoring have gone past me 5 times now and I'm still sat here, because I know that this learner is valuable time for the learner. Learning is taking place, and sod what Jeff's driving school thinks.
Yeah,
bloody Jeff.
Yeah.
All Jeffs, they're the same, aren't they?
Yeah, I hope it's not Jeff's watching, by the way.
Yeah, I was thinking that when I opened my mouth. Well, after I'd opened my mouth and said words.
I've known a few Jeffs, just saying, so be careful.
Other names are available.
Other names are available. Not for people called Jeff, though.
Forgivable or unforgivable, Jeff? Is the two.
It's unbelievable, Jeff.
Unbelievable, Jeff. I thought it was unforgivable, Jeff.
No,
Oh, is that a different Jeff? Jeff and L.
Yeah. So those are my thoughts on stopping anyway.
Yeah. I totally agree. But like I said, it's how hard is it to change something when you're convinced that it's the right thing or the wrong thing? It's really difficult to change. And you have to sort of brave it up. So how can you do it if you're worried? If, let's say, you want to try it tomorrow, you've got a few sessions lined up and you want to go down the road and you want to try this stopping a little bit more regularly, because it could be a 30-second stop. Agreed? Doesn't have to be minutes and minutes. It doesn't have to be waiting for 3 same cars to go past. It can be a 30-second stop. Very quick conversation. What did you like about that bit? You know, that you just did. I did it. Absolutely, me too. And I thought you'd whatever. It's the stopping for 30 seconds and then moving on. But if you're worried about it, ask. Because you're two adults sitting in the car and they may actually say to you, no, it felt all right. No, I liked it because I've got time to think, got time to process. All right, when you're ready, off you go. And it can be really useful, especially, when everything's getting a bit out of hand. Because otherwise we're asking people things about history. They're trying to think about it on the move. No chance. No chance. No one's written any messages, I'm assuming, because I presume you guys are looking at the messages, because
Can you see the messages on my phone?
you can't see them on your phone. Well,
No.
you're the one who said you were going to do it, right? I'm just checking.
I know, but that's
There's
before
none.
the internet.
There's none.
None that I can read anywhere.
No, there's none you could read because I got sent a private one.
Ooh, look at me. I've got a message you haven't.
It ends in off, Ian, so I don't know if that helps.
Oh, well. Oh, well.
And now can he move my phone? Why is that? Oh no, you're gone.
Oh, where you gone?
People are falling off.
That's better. Okay. No one's got any questions? Nothing on the.
I can't see any. I can't see any questions. So the question is then, out to everybody else, why don't you stop it? What's the barrier? To them out there, rather than the Terrians, the Ians, and everyone else's.
Will anybody? Is there anybody there? Is there anybody there?
Natasha looks like she's typing.
Yeah, can I just say, because typing is so, yeah, like you said at the beginning, the wheels are moving for 2 hours. Instructor bragging how good are they, because the wheels are moving for 2 hours. And if you're not moving the wheels, then you think you are rubbish. Yeah, as PDI, you want the wheels to be moving, and you stop them only when some serious fault occur, or if you have learners who can't process while driving. I think that's the best reason was for me at the beginning, because if you're a good instructor, you have to keep wheels moving.
Do you still think that way?
No, I'm learning different way now. I'm stopping them to tell them well done.
Perfect. That's brilliant. Brilliant. It actually gives me a weird feeling in the heart when people think about doing things differently. Our industry needs to change, and it's you guys. We're all helpers. If we believe, Natasha, that we help by keeping them moving, then we'll do it. But if we also believe, sometimes it's good to stop.
Yeah.
And they'll let us know if they don't like it. Some people struggle to be still for too long, so it's worth thinking about. That's lovely, Natasha. Well done. Well done.
Mm.
Did we organise the next one? Yeah. Anyone?
We organised this one.
We did. No, we did. We organised it, but this one was the last week one that didn't happen because Terry broke it.
Yeah, Terry, your fault.
It's like being married.
Yeah, there's an off switch on this one, though, mate.
Yes.
Having your
Thank you. Don't tempt him. Don't tempt him when we're doing it. It's the next session, whenever that is, and we need to have a chat about when it is. But we did say, why don't you shut up as the next one? Do we still want that?
yeah.
Well, are you sure that's what we said for the next one, or were we just both talking to you, Fiona?
Well, both.
Yeah. What?
I do have shut up written quite a few times. You know, why don't you shut up?
Yeah.
So it's the audits do. Why don't you shut up? And again, please, guys, if you do watch this as a recording, if you do want to come in, we'll make sure the link goes out. We'll make sure you can click and come in. I kind of like it having people around. I think
Yeah. Boring. Yeah.
yeah, because these two just
I mean, is what I meant to say. Yeah.
these two talk about PT whiskey, and I don't even know what they're talking about. PT whiskey.
You've never met PT. You've heard of PT Barnum, though.
Yeah, I've been to Ireland, and they talk about Pete often,
Yeah. Dear.
but not PT. And yeah, I've known some people called PT, but they're usually American.
Are we gonna do a date for next one, or just sort out between us?
Well, because I don't know when, and you don't know when. I have no idea. We didn't, because this was the second. This was meant to be the shut up one, but we had to change everything because nothing worked last week.
Because we had a Black Monday, didn't we? Not a Black Friday. We had a Black
Oh, we had two in a row. Two in a row.
So do how this works? So it's cool. All good.
This works. We're going to put it on Facebook Live. No, we're going to put it on our Facebook profiles, and then we can share it about if anyone wants to watch it. And I'll put it on the YouTube channel as well. So,
Anything else? Any more questions? Any other questions? Any questions?
Any questions?
From the crowd?
because no one else can find where the message bit. I agree, Natasha. It's really hard. Terry can't even do it to change his name.
What? Seriously, I'm so peed off with this bloody internet today.
Yeah, it's really annoying. I'm glad you came, Terry. I know it's really difficult on your phone, but
It's so tough, man. It's so tough.
thank goodness for phones and internets. Ian and I will club together and we'll send you a £5 each so you can pay for the call.
Thank you very much.
So, in a week or so-ish, something like that, we're going to do audits do Why Don't You Shut Up? Consider coming, consider putting your name down, and then watch it on. I'm gonna click stop recording. So if you wish to strike a pose, and even those of you off screen, strike a pose.